Yeah, for sure. In the 1990s, we saw Canadian drivers start to become big in America, like with Jacques Villeneuve winning Indianapolis. And if not for a late race penalty, it would have been another Canadian driver, Scott Goodyear, I think, that would have won. Didn't
Yep. Yep.
What was your reaction when you saw Villeneuve win the kart title and then win F1 and then Indy?
Yeah, no, Scott Goodyear's a friend. I've known Scott since we were in karts. And his dad Scott's dad had a kart shop in the Toronto area and was super helpful with my brother and I. But certainly Jacques, I got to know Jacques just a little bit. He actually, as a very young teenager, I think he was 14 or 15 years old, yeah, maybe 15, came to the Spinard David Racing School, which used to be at Shannonville Motorsport Park, which is about an hour and a half east of here. And Jacques came for the summer, and he worked in the mechanics program and also raced. And that was where our paths crossed for the first time. I was an instructor there as well as doing some racing. And yeah, that would have been probably 87. Yeah, somewhere around there. And then he went back to Europe for a few years, and then resurfaced here in Formula Atlantic, and Players was a big supporter of his, and that led all the way to an Indy 500 win and an IndyCar championship, followed by a move to Formula One, and in his second year in Formula One with Williams, he won the World Championship in '97. So yeah, just amazing. And you know, the Indy 500 win was at the expense of Scott Goodyear, but yeah, it was that one in '95 was certainly bittersweet for, I'm sure, all Canadian race fans.
Yeah, you got to remember that Scott Goodyear came close so many times to winning that race and then losing it out because of a slow pace car, although two sides to each story, you know, ran slow, but he could have let off the gas, you know, so there was two sides to each story on that one, but still,
yeah,
the fact that they made the pace car go faster the next year, yeah, that made me wonder if there was something with that pace car that wasn't right.
Yeah, I'm sure that occasionally keeps Scott up at night. But he, yeah, in his early days with Derek Walker, and then Pearson's IndyCar team, the Mackenzie financial connection was Scott and I shared. He had an IndyCar, and Mackenzie helped me in the Trans Am series. And again, another terrific guy. The president of Mackenzie was a big fan, and Jim O'Donnell, and a massive help to me, and as well as Scott.
Yeah, for sure. Didn't he finish second, I think, in a Mackenzie car to Al Unser Jr., I believe, at Indy?
Yes, he did. Yeah, that was the closest or one of the closest finishes. And it was probably the length of the nose box to maybe the center of the front axle. Yeah, it was not much. Yeah, but yeah, and I think Scott started last on that one as well. So he a real struggle, but I got that close.
Yeah, and the same thing happened to you, I think, at Watkins Glen in the Cup car. I think you climbed 43rd and finished second, I think, to Tony Stewart for Dale Earnhardt, I believe, his team. And then I think, if not for a final caution with 15 to go, I think you would have caught the lead. Am I remembering that correctly?
Yeah, there was a few, Doug. Thanks. Wow. Yeah.